Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. Today's video is sort of like a meta discussion thing. I usually do this on stream, but from now on it's going to be on YouTube before every season, and like a day before every season and a day after every season. So what I usually do is predict heroes that gets nerfed before the balance patch comes, and usually literally like almost 90%, if 99%, usually I'm right. So yeah, I have like about 17 minutes because I have gameplay in the background. That's okay. I don't want to spend too much time because I don't want this video to be long. Okay, so first and foremost, this is not a predict. This is a guarantee. D.Va is the one character that she's gonna get nerfed. I'm not gonna explain a lot. I'm just gonna go through heroes. Some heroes I'm gonna give brief comments and stuff like that just to understand, just for you guys to understand. So D.Va is dominating. D.Va is the best, not even the tank. She's the best hero in the entire game. I definitely expect a nerf for her, but I don't expect, because I already explained to D.Va in an entire D.Va video before. You can go back to my channel and watch it. I think the video titled "Why You Should Learn D.Va" or something like that, with a pink thumbnail. So I expect a minor nerf, maybe either the missile nerf or a matrix nerf, but she will 1000% get nerfed as soon as the season goes live. Doomfist, I don't think Doomfist is going to get nerfed, but maybe, but I personally wouldn't nerf him. I feel like he's okay. Queen, no. Maga, I feel like he's weak. I know this might sound controversial, but he's significantly weaker now. So either they're going to rework him, make his ability work the way that it was before, but I don't expect a Maga nerf. Orisa is fine, Ramattra is fine, Ryan is fine, but they did say they might buff Ryan, so I don't know. Hog is fine, Sig is fine, Winston is good, Ball is good, Zarya is good also after the last nerf, maybe just a little bit on the weak side, but we do not want her oppressive. I feel like everybody is good on this role. So Ashe is good, Bastion is good, McCree, I feel like he's okay. Maybe the nerf kind of like put him on the dead side, the range nerf, but I think they want to balance out because Pharah got nerfed, so it just does not make sense when you complain about Pharah being OP, then you nerf Pharah, then you directly nerf her counter. But I don't like the fact that this is their perspective, and this is what everybody says, but my perspective is like, why Ashe needs to be the best hit scan in the game. She doesn't deserve this. I feel like they nerfed McCree so Ashe can be viable. Ashe is already a top tier pick, so this is my point of view. I definitely disagree with the nerf, but they already nerfed him, so I don't expect another McCree nerf. Echo's fine, Hanzo is okay, Genji is okay, Junkrat is good, Mei is good. I don't think Mei is gonna get nerfed per se because she is a meta pick, but like, you really need a good tank to play with her. Like, she's dependent on the tank. I don't feel like you just pick Mei and win the game, you know what I mean? So yeah, Pharah is good, Reaper is good, Sojourn is definitely on the dead side. I rarely see Sojourn these days. So Soldier is good. So they did, like, I was already expecting this, but they already did say it. So I don't want you guys to think that I want to be transparent. They did say they're gonna nerf mobility heroes. They didn't specify who, but I personally think, even before they said this, I already expected mobility heroes are actually overpowered, and the two heroes that comes to my mind is Tracer, Sombra. I highly think that Sombra and Tracer will get nerfed, especially Tracer, especially Sombra. If I were to nerf a DPS, it would be Sombra at this moment, but Tracer for sure, in my opinion, she needs a significant, just a minor nerf to just tune her down, because she's the best performing DPS. Not data-wise, unless she's the best DPS right now. Like, if you're a Tracer main, like, you probably win all of your games. Most of them, if not all. Symmetra is good. Torbjorn is good. Venture, I think Venture is okay. I don't necessarily think that they need a buff. Certainly they don't need a nerf, but they could use just a slight buff. Just a minor buff, just a little bit, Widowmaker is okay. Alright, now on to the support heroes. Man, I kind of went on really quickly. The support role. Ana is okay, Bap is okay, Brig is okay. Okay, so this is my opinion. If they do not nerf Illari, then they actually have absolutely no idea what, WTF they're doing. They need to, knowing Blizzard, I'm not sure, but this is more of a I hope rather than I expect. But Illari, if there's a one support that needs to be nerfed immediately, it's Illari. Illari needs to be nerfed immediately. because not only she's the best support right now, but I think she's the best performing support at the moment as well. And in my opinion, the best nerf for the thing is they reworked it, and I disagree. I think the pylon needs to be able to be one-shotted. That is my opinion. Sure, you can make her heal go good, and I like the ultimate. I mean, like, first of all, the ultimate shouldn't be a support ultimate. In my opinion, that ultimate should be a DPS ultimate. There's no ultimate should be like, there's no support ultimate that needs to be like a team winning ultimate like that, but it's in a damage one. So I mean, it is what it is. It's already in the game, so like, might as well just let it be. But if I were to nerf something, it's the pylon. The pylon needs to be able to one shot it. I don't know why last season they brought the change where like, oh, pylon cannot be one shotted anymore, but it doesn't heal her. It doesn't heal Illari fully. No, the problem is it needs to be a one shotted, because the like in higher elos, like, if you want to kill a pylon, you have to pick an angle that you should not. And by the time you do that, like, you know, like how you go against a Torbjorn and like you look up, or like a Symmetra, you look up to kill 3 turrets, and by the time you do that, your entire team is dead, or you miss an opportunity to kill someone, and by the time you do that, you look like an idiot, so everyone who's shooting you, and you're shooting in literally just nothing. So yeah, I feel like Illari needs to be nerfed. Kiriko is fine. I think Kiriko is finally, I would say, in a balanced state. Yeah. Lucia's fine, Mercy's fine. No, I know this might be controversial for a lot of Mercy mains, but I personally think Mercy is fine. There's some people saying she's overpowered, some people are saying she's weak. I personally think Mercy is exactly where she needs to be. Zenyatta and Moira is fine. Okay, now let's go over all the heroes again, because I went through them all. Now we're going to go through them all, and who needs a buff. Okay, tank-wise. I think tanks in general are collectively OP. I wouldn't say, okay, but I mean OP is like not like, oh, nerf them all OP, but finally this is the most season I played tank on, and I actually, for the first time, you could quote me on that, for the first time I had fun playing the role. All the buffs that the tanks got, all the passive buffs that they got, the new passive with the headshot that they got, the armor changes, all of these changes made tanks not blown to hell when they peak an angle. So tanks are actually fun this season. They are strong. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you like, oh, no. Tanks are very, very strong this season, and I feel like, in my opinion, as they should, since it's the most difficult role in the game. You're the largest in the game, so everybody can shoot you. So yeah, tanks are fun. So I don't think any tank deserves a buff, but though I will say, if there's one tank that needs to be looked at, it's Maga. Maga is literally weak. Like, I don't know, I know everybody, like, I'm not gonna say like dead weak, but like, he's just like the ability, like the rework, just he needs something. I feel like the old Maga was better. Yeah, like, in my opinion, like, if there's one tank that I would look at, it would be definitely Maga. Usually, the season before, I said Orisa, but they buffed Orisa a couple of times, so I feel like Orisa is okay. Like on her matchups, she's well. And I know this might sound controversial. Even Ryan, I think Ryan is actually fine, doesn't need a buff. So it was just the only one character that I would look at would be probably Maga. So yeah, now we will go to the DPS roles. Ashe, Bastion, Cassidy, maybe, because that nerf kind of like, brought him down a little bit, so maybe. He's in the maybes. Ashe, there's no way I would buff Ashe. Bastion, no. Echo, Hanzo, Genji. This is actually, because last time I did the hero tier list, I said Hanzo and Junkrat are like the worst DPS in the entire game. But I actually, from playing this season a lot, Junkrat and Hanzo are actually two great, especially Junkrat. Like, I've seen Junkrat plays on all elos. On his maps, on his situations, they actually work. Like, these two are actually in a good spot. Even though they cannot one-shot people like they used to, but they're good. Like, they're good. They sometimes you actually do get those lucky headshots. I don't know why, even without the damage boost. I don't know how Hanzo can one-shot people, but sometimes it actually happens. So yeah, like, I don't think they deserve a buff, and I don't think they need one. So yeah, Echo, Pharah, Mei, Reaper. Reaper, they already said that they're gonna do some sort of buff to Reaper, or rework, but it's more so like a buff. But they already said that we already know that. So like, this is not a predict, this is a fact. I'm not sure if it's coming out this season, like, news the next season, season 12, or for something in the near future. But Reaper will be getting something. Sojourn. Okay, Sojourn. I definitely think that Sojourn needs something. Like the whole rework that they did last time, where they like shifted her power from being able to one-shot people to just SMG bot. That made her really weak. Like that made the character significantly weaker because if you wanted an SMG hero, you might as well like have like but because like sure she's an SMG, but she's not about SMG. Like if you wanted an SMG hero, make an SMG hero like Sombra for example. But that made it really weak because even the times where I actually was able, like in some matchups, I usually go Sojourn. Now, I don't go Sojourn, and hence the reason why actually Hanzo is good, because the situations where you used to go Sojourn for, like against a Bastion, Pharah, against Orisa, and stuff like that, I used to go Sojourn. But now, because Sojourn is really bad, just go Hanzo. Hanzo does Sojourn's job, if not better, because he has the threat of actually one-shotting people, and the Storm Arrow is really a threat not to be reckoned with. So, yeah, Sojourn is weak. I feel like she needs something. If I were to buff a DPS, it would be Sojourn, so I expect a Sojourn buff. Symmetra is fine. I don't know why people moan about Symmetra is fine. Yeah, we already talked about Tracer and Sombra, so Torbjorn is fine. Widow is fine. Venture, like I said, maybe she could use a slight and minor buff. Not saying that they're bad, but I mean they are low-key and not the best DPS at the moment. But just a minor buff will definitely help them out. Okay, now to the supports lineup. I feel like Ana keeps getting an L. I feel like Ana takes an L every patch. For some reason, even though it's not her fault, they nerfed her even the last patch, and I feel like the last 6-5 patches. So I don't think Ana needs a buff, but I wouldn't mind it. But I don't expect an Ana buff if I don't want to, because Ana is one of my favorite heroes in the entire game, so I don't want to be biased, but like, I would love to, but I don't think that they will buff Ana, because Ana is actually pretty good at the moment. Baptiste, I don't expect Bap to get buffed. Brigitte, hell no. Illari, no. Kiriko, I feel like Kiriko is already balanced, like I said already, so like most heroes in the game, actually, they feel like they're balanced. But yeah, Echo finally, Kiriko is always just being overpowered. She just needed nerfs. So for the first time, I feel like Kiriko is on the, balanced side. I don't feel oppressed that I need to have a Kiriko of my own to win my games. That's how OP she was, actually. So yeah, Lifeweaver. Now, Lifeweaver, he already took a big W. Like the last patch. I mean, yeah, last patch, like this season, the season 11, which is the tank the DPS passive getting nerfed, which helps the tank a lot by half. So he does more healing down for the tanks. So that's such a big Lifeweaver buff that he was really dead. But after those changes, it's actually just crazy how it buffed him indirectly, and he became from the worst support in the entire game to an actual, like, low-key borderline meta. Like in my elos and masters and top 500s, I actually see Lifeweaver because that's how actually good he is right now. So not necessarily he got buffed, it's just like the meta suited him. So but I do think that he could use something, and they already said this is not a predict, this is a fact. They did say, and they did mention, that Lifeweaver will be getting some sort of rework or a buff for his platform or whatever, but like they said, quote unquote, new ways to help Lifeweaver or something like that. So they did mention some sort of buffs for Lifeweaver next season. So if you're Lifeweaver main, you're happy, you're sitting in a good place. You already got buffed indirectly with the DPS passive nerf, and now he will directly get buffed. So I think Lifeweaver will be really, 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 really good next season. So yeah, we are expecting, this is a fact, we are expecting some sort of positive change to Lifeweaver. I feel like the rest supports are really doing fine. Lucio is really great. Mercy's really great. She's not really great. She's like, in a good spot. Moira is okay. The nerf that she got last time kind of tuned her down, which is exactly what we needed. Now, this is the other, might be controversial. Zenyatta definitely could use some love. I feel like, and this is the problem with the Overwatch at the moment, the high mobility in the game makes Zenyatta literally useless. Because just like, I've never seen a season where I barely go against Zen, and we need Zenyatta to be, I'm not gonna say meta, but somewhat relevant to the to the game because he keeps a lot of toxic characters in check. Now, this is why they did say they're gonna nerf a lot of mobility heroes. So if mobility heroes get nerfed, that will directly buff Zenyatta. I don't know if if that's what he only needs to be able to get back into the meta, and or maybe he needs something else. But I personally think that Zenyatta needs something. Even though the last patch that they did buff him, which they made his trance, I think, faster by like 9% or 8% or 5%. I don't know, don't quote me on that. But like they did buff his trance literally last time. But I don't think that's enough. I feel like Zenyatta, I don't know, needs something. So if I were to expect a buff on a support, it would be Zenyatta. But like I said, I don't know if the mobility here is being nerfed, kind of like make him like viable enough to be like, you know, good enough to be able to be played again. So either way, Zen will be better next season because the mobility heroes are going to get nerfed, so they'll directly buff him because right now you cannot play Zenyatta. Just literally, you pick Zenyatta, not even 5 steps out of spawn, you will literally just hold the scoreboard button, hold it, and you'll see someone going back to spawn going Tracer or Sombra. You cannot play Zenyatta at the moment, which is really, really sad, but he's literally one of my personal favorite supports to play. So yeah, I feel like that wraps it up. And let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think? Who do you think, guys, will be nerfed, or who do you think will be get buffed? And do you agree or disagree with my statements? I feel like I was really fair. I always try not to be biased and everything. So, and yeah, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow or the day after. When I feel like the first day the season gets live, we'll do another episode of the meta discussion. We're going to talk about the buffs and nerfs. So yeah, boys and girls, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Share with your friends if you learned anything you do. And we shall catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.